Please, come in. I'm just lighting this incense, and then I will regale you with a tale from the past. We began last week with Physic, bringing me back from the brink of death. Shortly after, we struggled our way through some healing and crafting checks, and searched a small room, and found some treasure, a runestone, and, curiously, we found pickles. Moving into the most easterly room, we found alchemical tools, some notes on necromancy, and a dead goblin floating in a tank. Shortly after, we found an incomplete goblin doll with a strange hole in its back. Then, after some searching, we found a doorway with stairs leading down. Deciding to go back up and show Lady Gilda the lighthouse, we heard rummaging coming from the workshop on the main floor and decided to head that way first. Tangletop appeared to have found a stone from within the back of Mr. Beak, and he was willing to trade it for some fireflies. Lady Gilda determined that the fireflies may be a creature called flickerwisps. We headed back to my caravan and inserted the stone into the goblin doll. It sputtered alive and screamed, attempting to bite me, and then cried inconsolably. All right, what's going on, listeners? We are back with my serving voice, as well as a little more fun today. Oh,
Is
man.
your serving voice the same as your phone voice?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all kind of lumped in together. Something that sounds fake and friendly.
How else is he supposed to serve people on the phone?
That's true. That was my other career I haven't talked about yet. Now, speaking of things to talk about, I was sitting in a pub the other day, and I was eating delicious wings. One plate of teriyaki, one plate of hot, and dipping them in some sweet, sweet blue cheese. And it made me think, what would I have as my last meal if I was on death row? And
Was it that?
And yeah, it's just chicken wings. And I would just get as many different flavors and as many as I could, which also I might use to prolong my life by just slowly eating like 150 wings.
Just get a few more minutes out of it at least.
Yeah, you know, whatever. Just go out like a real glutton. I died like I lived.
Scott has no small list of things that's about me that annoy him. And I'm just going to add to it right now. I don't really like chicken wings.
Oh, God. Really?
I don't eat chicken at all, so I hear you.
That's just another tick in the bad box for you, boy.
I know. I keep adding to it. I know. So I worked wing night for years back home. Duncan knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, wing night was hell. Yep.
We worked them together for a while, and it was hell. It was hell. And I'm like so put off by the idea of wing night. This is not why I don't really like wings, but like wing night at all. Like just, sorry listeners, the worst of the worst and the cheapest of the cheapest go out for wing night, and it is hell for the staff. Like the business puts on a big discount.
Someone cut his mic. They're alienating. He's alienating.
It's ridiculous. Like it's awful. It's a terrible experience for all the staff. Nobody enjoys wing night, no matter how much money you make. It's atrocious.
Yeah, wings have a bit of a guilt by association with me right now.
But what about your customers that are having such a good time eating those delectable wings, sucking on the fingertips and drinking the beers?
I wish I cared, because all my regulars wouldn't show up because they knew what a shit show wing night was. So all the losers that didn't want to tip would flock in once a week and just like have a shit show, ask you for everything and then some, and then babysit their dog, and then not leave anything behind, and then none of your regulars would show up, and it would be hell. It would just be hell. Literally nothing positive about the whole experience.
Oh, yeah. Just a bunch of no tipping PBR drinking rednecks,
basically.
I've never had so many walkouts in my life as
listeners. James just held up a PBR.
For the record, I don't eat chicken. I think it's gross. I think everything about it is horrible, and you shouldn't eat chicken either. But that's fine.
Let's not dive into the old how they're treated kind of scenario, because it's what a nightmare.
But come on, man, they had 10-cent wing night at the pub near my university. Come on, man.
No,
give me
that's ridiculous.
Think of a better dollar.
I haven't had chicken in maybe 15 years, man. Like, at all. Like, it just disgusts me to no end.
All right, that's enough about me and my chicken loving. Fuck you all. What would you guys eat for your last meal? Sure, come up with something classy like and make me look like a jackass.
Oh, that's easy. No, I actually kind of had the same thought as you of something that could be a very prolonged meal. So I was thinking either like sushi or dim sum, where they just keep bringing you plate after plate after plate. And that's also the kind of shit that I could just eat all day and never get too full on it. Give me some bao.
Love that. Dim sum is delicious.
I got two options that are toss up for me. Like, I, to no end, love just a basic breakfast. Just
you're a big eggs guy.
Eggs. Yeah, I'm a big eggs guy. It's just like over easy eggs with some sourdough toast, some butter and jam, a bacon and some sausage. I can even forget the home fries. I don't really need the home fries. Maybe a little cup of fruit on the side. It's like one of my favorite meals in the world. The other one is like curry. Oh man, I love curry, and I love a lot of Southeast Asian food. Like not pad thai you typically get. Pad thai from the place that Duncan and I worked before. That would be a great last meal for me. I absolutely love that pad thai. But just like something spicy, noodly. I mean, let's be realistic too. I'll probably just request the electric chair, and then have a really spicy curry, and make sure they have an extra mess to clean up.
Oh God! Cut the mic.
Can you request?
Cut the mic.
I'm gonna die. Fuck 'em.
I can attest that that pad thai is fucking amazing, and I am getting one tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so jealous. It's the only thing I'm jealous about, you living in New Brunswick.
I'll mail one to you.
FedEx that overnight.
Please do.
All right, James, school us on what we probably should be eating for our last meal.
Well, so that's tough for me. I, like Freeman, I'm also torn. One of the things I don't talk about very often is like my past and my history and things that I've done before. But one of the things that got me into culinary and food, because I wasn't interested. I don't come from a family who's good at food at all. Like, in fact, I am a chef, or was a chef, in spite of my upbringing. But we went on this trip to New York when my parents were on their way out, and we went to this restaurant, and they told me that I could order whatever I want because it was like the last trip to try and keep the family together. And I ordered a venison steak, and my dad was like, "You're not gonna like it," because I ordered it rare. It was the first time I ever had venison. It was the first time I ever had anything rare. I think I was like 14 at the time, maybe 15. And that steak changed the course of my life. It's the reason I started to get interested in food. I came home and I started cooking more because I finally realized that food could be more than Kraft Dinner and McCain's chicken fingers and fries. Right. So part of me wants to order a rare venison steak with a blue cheese cream, green peppercorns, and like hard fried pommes frites.
Oof.
Probably I can't remember what they're called, but like the potatoes that have been gently poached in duck fat.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what I should be ordering. What I really want for my last meal is like a really beautiful dark roast cup of black coffee that tastes like 50-50 chocolate and dirt. A Lafroig 20 neat, and a hot, like steaming hot bowl of shio ramen made from a street vendor, like, and a hot dog. Like that's what I want for my last meal is a hot dog, a bowl of ramen, and like the most beautiful cup of black coffee money can buy, and like a scotch so smoky it's gonna melt my face off before they can even inject me.
And then hot dog for dessert.
And hot dog for dessert because I love hot dogs. Ballpark mustard, white onions. That's it. That's how you have a hot dog.
All right, I love that.
For anyone listening and wondering what pomme frites is, that's French, listeners. True. That's French for freedom fries.
That's for you, 54% of our listening audience. That's American.
Yeah. As of this recording. Yeah.
It's just a fancy French word for deep fried potatoes. But specifically, I'd want the ones that are cooked in duck fat. And I hate that I can't remember what they're called, but like they're gently poached in duck fat. They get real crispy.
Honestly, one of the best fries I've ever had were like purple heirloom potatoes fried in pork fat. It was outrageous. All right. Well, that's quite the topic there, Scott.
Yeah, now we're all off to the gallows.
Well, he's just bringing it up because this goblin doll is going to kill us all.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, let's get this session over with so I can get some goddamn chicken wings.
But no, you plugged this soul gem into the doll, and it woke up and it jerked and it tried to bite you, and it started screaming and it yelled the words Master Volok, and now it is inconsolable. It is bawling its eyes out.
I'm holding it in my hands and I look at it and say, "Who are you?"
Potatoes Fondant is what it's called.
Nice.
I got there. What do we do with this weeping quadriplegic goblin doll?
It just continues to cry. No tears coming down from its construct eyes.
Okay, so Tulok is holding this thing and he looks at it and holds it up in front of his face and meets its gaze if possible. It says, "Who are you? How long have you been stuck in there? And do you know what's happened? What is your name?" And I'd like to roll a diplomacy check if possible to
Make an impression.
make an impression.
I will definitely be aiding that.
If I can aid as well, I'll give it a shot. It's not great though.
Yeah, they're both circumstance bonuses, so they won't stack, but whoever gets the highest, you're more than welcome to try.
With a plus 10, I only rolled a 14, so maybe give it a shot.
Oh, with a +1, I rolled an 18. That's probably my best roll.
Oh, where were those rolls
In
last
some time,
episode? Damn. Tell me how you guys aid in this.
I don't.
Tell me how you try.
Gilda just crosses her arms.
Tulok's going for diplomacy, and you try intimidation? Oh, shit, that's not stacking up.
No, I just look at Tulok like, maybe go easy on him. He seems pretty upset.
And as Physics says that, the doll cocks its head a little bit and takes a deep breath.
Hi. My name's Borbo.
Trying to stifle tears.
Borbo, my name is Sage Tulok. This is Physic the Slouch and Lady Gilda of August. We've rescued you from a dark and dangerous place.
Where is Master Volok? Why did he leave me?
I am so sorry to tell you this, but your master is gone.
Where?
He's killed you, and we haven't seen him in hundreds of years.
He didn't kill me. I volunteered. I was supposed to live forever. so that I could serve him.
Well, it seems that you have lived forever. Was he still alive, or was he in a construct himself?
Oh, no. Master Volek is a powerful mastermind. He is a drow. He is the dark elf. He's an artist. He is an occultist, a craftsman. He is beautiful and cruel. Where are you?
Well, perhaps he is alive yet. We haven't yet to recover any sort of body. We are delving deep in the dungeons beneath the Gauntlight. Have you spent much time down below?
No. Barbo just serves Master Volek. He's got a lady, the book lady. She's down below, and they love each other. I think, but Barbo doesn't. No. Oh, Master Volek.
It is all right.
And Mistress.
Calm down. Speak to us. What is this woman's name?
Borbo doesn't know. Not Borbo's business. And Mistress Belcora, she's very frightening too. And he serves her. Master serves her, and she is scary, but absolutely none of my business.
Borbo, do you know Master Azenray?
That is my master, Master Volek.
Volek Azenray?
Azenray. Yes. Why did he leave me? Oh, why?
We don't know, but we'd like to find out. We'd like to meet your master if possible. Perhaps you can help us if we take you back.
No. Borbo doesn't want to go back. Borbo can't betray his master, but he is cruel. He is mean.
And Tulok looks to Physic and Lady Gilda to see if they have any other ideas of what to ask about.
Do you want to see him succeed?
Borbo lives to serve Master Volek. Always has. Borbo was supposed to become immortal so that I could serve forever.
Then why don't you want to go back?
Because he is mean. He's a mean and nasty master. But he left me behind. He didn't finish. I sacrificed everything.
Well, maybe we can find him and convince him to finish.
No. Borbo wants to be released. Release me from this immortality. It is torture. Please.
What did you feel before you were brought back here just now?
I had visions of flying and hatred. I don't know.
Do you remember being a bird? Is that why you think of flying?
I had a dream, I think. Yes.
Do you remember from when you were still alive, Mr. Beak? A construct, much like you now.
No. But it sounds like something. Why? Why didn't the master finish me? Why was I somewhere else? Why didn't he love me?
I don't know, Borbo. We're trying to determine this ourselves.
Please, let me free. If you let me free, I will try to help.
How would you like me to let you free?
I'm trapped. I'm trapped in this body, this gem. My soul is here forever. Destroy it. Destroy it. Master.
So this is weird because obviously it remembers being Mr. Beak. It has a different personality, but both of them referred to him as Master. So it's like, did the soul gem bring the personality? Does it bring out the personality? Is it the same soul that is just slightly different in each body? Like, I don't really understand that part personally. What do you guys think?
It seems like what you just said. Like, it's almost like, you remember that movie with Chris Rock where he dies and goes to heaven and then comes back to Earth as an old rich white man? I think it was called Heaven on Earth or something like that.
No, don't know that one. No.
Down to Earth, I think maybe it was called.
I was 100% sure we were going with Dogma there for a second.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I have no
But basically, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, he gets put into somebody else's body but doesn't completely remember who he is. And I imagine what we've got here is let me just double check. Yeah, it's your basic Down to Earth with Chris Rock, 2001 comedy.
Like that, Jason Pullman. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like he has, like, he remembers his life as Mr. Beak as a vision. Obviously, it wants to die, so we should probably put it out of its misery, but maybe we should figure out when this happened. Like, as far as I know, and as far as Gilda knows, which is not very far, all this stuff happened in the distant past. So, like, what year did it get transferred? What and if it knows, and
Because it was about 400 years ago, I think.
yeah,
Nearly
so that's
500. It's like 487 or something.
Yeah, so I would be curious to know if that's when it got transferred, was pre that, and what it thinks it can do to help us if we release its soul. Like, obviously, it's going to go to the boneyard and be with its body, which is a good thing, and we should definitely do that. But it's a very morally conflicting position for Gilda, at least. Like, do no harm versus, put souls to rest and help these people find peace. So I don't think she could destroy the soul gem, but she could be on the side of destroying the soul gem, if that makes any sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not to mention this goblin, not exactly a good dude himself, with the glowing praise he was heaping upon his evil master there.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird like vibe there where he was praising but also scared of, and Stockholm syndrome-y.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, it ought to be a very Stockholm syndrome kind of vibe, but with this level of self-awareness where it's like, in no way can Borbo refuse to serve his master, but he doesn't want to. He wants to be set free.
Borbo, do you know if you went to sleep before or after Belcora was attacked and taken down? Because she has been overrun.
But Mistress Belcora, is she dead? No, she is scary and absolutely not of my business.
This happened almost 500 years ago, Borbo.
Really?
Yes, I know it might be a shock to you, but this is all ancient history now.
Oh.
Perhaps you have lived forever.
Borbo doesn't know. Borbo doesn't want to anymore.
How can you help us if we destroy the crystal you're inside of?
Master Folic, he is very smart. Even this many years, he probably survived. I'm scared. He is vain. Borbo once knocked over a portrait of him. Borbo had never been so beaten. Borbo had never felt such pain. If you take there's a picture in the Hall of Portraits of the Master. If you take it to him, and you threaten to destroy it, he will lose his focus, his composure, but he will maybe become dangerous. I don't know, but you have to show him that.
So that was obviously the painting that was shredded, and then it says the artist at work underneath it.
So what we've got here is a Dorian Gray scenario.
Failure to communicate.
Yeah.
All right, so Tulok takes Borbo in his hands, and he says, Borbo, I'm going to put you to sleep for now. You should rest, and we will talk later. And removes the stone.
And the head immediately goes limp.
He wants to be at peace there, Tulok. Should we not give him that kindness?
We shall, but he could come in handy. We can't do this now. We are only at the beginning of this quest, I feel. But don't worry, I will do it when the time comes.
You're talking about using a life as a tool.
Are you not a soldier? Isn't that what the great military leaders do? Use life as tools.
I made the choice to join the Eagle Knights. Borbo has not made the choice to join us.
He made the choice for eternal life, did he not?
500 years ago, before he was trapped in a raven made out of a bucket.
I do agree with you, but I think that right now we need him. Think about all the information that he must possess that he just hasn't told us yet. He worked with this man, and this could be the key that we need to determine what's going on here. Think of all the lives that have been lost already within Otari. Another wave like that could be catastrophic to the city. We need every advantage we have.
But think about his life, or lack thereof. He's only got one to give, and he's already given it.
It's been 500 years. What is a few more days?
He's in pain. She turns to Physic and, gives him a look.
Physic is very deliberately avoiding eye contact right now. But eventually he just kind of drops his head and looks up and says,
Yes, he's in pain, and he will need to be set free. But what we have least right now is information. It doesn't feel right, but I think we still need him.
Tulok returns his gaze from Physic to Lady Gilda and doesn't say anything, but looks expectantly towards her.
I don't know what you expect of me, but this is taking advantage of that soul, and I can't be a part of it. I can't agree to it. I am clearly outvoted in this situation, and I understand the necessity of it, but I can't agree with it. And I need you to know that, and I need you to respect that. So if this is the road you're going to go down, I won't be around the next time you put that gem in. I'll help you. I need to help the people of Atari, and I understand that this is your way of doing that. But the next time you put that gem in, give me some warning so I can not be here.
That's fine. I will give you this. It's no problem. I don't mean to disrespect your own beliefs. I don't mean to offend you with mine.
Oh, I wish it were something as simple as a belief. Tulok, this is a tenet of my order. This is what gives me my strength. I cannot cheat. I cannot lie. And I cannot take advantage of others. And that's what I believe you to be doing in this. And if I were to participate, I could lose all of the strength I have. And that could mean losing the ability to walk again. That could mean losing the favor of Aurori. That could mean losing these golden eagle pauldrons that I've spent my life earning. And I can't lose that for this, when I truly, in my heart, believe that there's another way to get the information that you seek. So mechanically, one of the tenets of being a paladin is you cannot cheat, lie, or take advantage of others.
Yeah.
And, this is kind of a gray area, but that's why I think she's okay with not being around when you do it, as long as you're aware that she's not okay with it.
She's not fucking around.
yeah, I mean, I can live with that.
There's a part of me that wants to be like, roll a diplomacy.
I mean, hey, yeah.
I mean, we've set our piece. We're not going to budge.
That's on Scott though.
No.
If
We've set our piece. We're not going to budge.
If he feels on edge, if Scott feels unsure about that, what to decide, we could legitimately do that very rare thing of set a DC.
I don't know.
No. Tulok's done his thing. He's made his choice.
Yeah, he's pretty firm in this. He feels bad.
I love this disagreement. Yeah, and that's all Gilda wants is for him to feel bad, because he should feel bad.
Well, it worked.
And I love this. Like this is going to be one of the challenges of playing a paladin, is that I can't be there for things like this. I can't mechanically. You could choose to take my paladin shit away from me for allowing this to happen, which would make me just a commoner who punch with a shield.
Right.
But, I don't think she's going to lose favor of Rory for this. She just might lose her paladin stuff, and that's why she can't be there. So the next time you put the soul gem in, as long as she's not there.
Here's what I want to throw you is I don't think what's happening here is a deliberate action that you oppose. And more importantly, it's an inaction, which is something extra for you.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is. So if that wasn't something extra for you, then yeah, it's a gray area. But it is borderline not at this point, because what's happening here is allowing further, I mean, let's call a spade, torture to a soul through inaction. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't 100% know that it's torture for the soul to be alive. What she knows from this information is that it wants to die. And Tulok has given his word that we will put it out of its misery. She just wants a little bit more information out of it. Like, she understands the stakes that the end is going to be met eventually, but she cannot be part of the stuff that comes between now and the end is my justification for it.
Yeah, I mean, the promise from Tulok that it will happen. Yeah, that's fine.
So Tulok takes the crystal and slides it into a pocket inside of his cloak, and then takes the doll and puts it back into his bag. And he meets the gaze again of Gilda.
And she's watching where you put that stuff, just so you know. Like, she's very clearly watching you to see where it went. In case anything happens to you, she needs to know how to put this soul to rest.
He meets her gaze and, with a half smile, says, I understand this isn't your way, but I promise, as soon as we are done, I will put him out of his misery. And he pats his chest on the outside of the cloak where the crystal is.
And I need you to know that with every fiber of my being, I'm going to hold you to that promise, Mr. Tulok.
I expect you would, or you wouldn't be here with us on this quest.
Just remember that I'm here to help people, and I don't think that this, at this moment, is helping that soul.
Just remember I'm here to help people too. And he averts his gaze.
By whatever means necessary.
They drew first blood.
Good thing I'm not playing a Redeemer. Jesus.
Yeah.
It would have been so much harder. Okay. I guess they should split, go their separate ways, and agree to meet up later.
Yep.
Gilda would want some time to cool off, so this would give her the opportunity. Well, she sells all of the random gear and gets that striking rune put on. So she's going to buy a striking rune for her +1 hand wraps from the Otari garrison with the loot that we got.
Oh yeah, you guys got some treasure, you got some leftover equipment from Samal and whatnot, so you're going to sell all of that and then do a little bit of shopping, is the plan?
Yep, she is for sure.
All right, we don't have to go through the whole hullabaloo of calculating all that, but at least not on Mike. And you're getting a striking rune. What does that do for your hand?
Striking rune doubles my damage, so it takes it from 1d6 to 2d6, which is huge. So it's +1 to hit, and then 2d6 worth of damage, which is pretty fantastic.
Yep, that's gonna go a long way considering the struggles you've had so far. Not a cheap thing.
It wasn't too bad. To get it done right away, normally crafting a rune takes 4 days. So to get it done right away, it's got to come from a rune stone, which costs another 10% of it. So it worked out to be just over 70 gold pieces. So it's not too bad to double your damage on anything, and it'll be around forever. So we can always transfer it for a moderate fee to a different weapon if we need to. If/when Gilda goes down to another one of your crits.
Yeah, and so for anyone listening, wondering, how we're playing, sort of availability and stuff. There's lots of information on the various places in town for shopping. There are level caps and that sort of thing. And runes come from the Otari garrison, which is capped at basically around level 4. So I'm happy to allow rune stones be readily available there, and they can do the etching for you, which shortens that having to etch from the ground up from 4 days to like 1 day essentially, right?
Yeah.
And so at a slightly extra cost, you got to buy the rune stone and pay for the transfer. And then so anything above level 4 is going to get harder to acquire and whatnot locally. You'll have to send away for it via Galentine deliveries. But essentially, a similar thing works and operates the same amongst the other locales, like even odd stories if you want to get a scroll or a wand or something like that. As long as they're within that level range, it will operate a similar way, where they have what's on hand needed. Might cost a little bit extra to get it done in the 1 day, but otherwise Anything higher above that needs to be crafted from scratch, we'll probably allow to some degree, but will take the proper amount of time. So on, so forth. Is anyone else doing any more shopping? Tulok, you buy anything?
Well, Tulok is essentially, as soon as everyone leaves the caravan and the door closes behind them, he's laid back with his feet up, just kind of thinking. And as he's thinking, his hand is still kind of clasped over his chest, feeling the stone. And his mind's racing with all the things that he's seen and, you know, the situations that they've got themselves into while exploring the Gauntlight. And the more and more necromancy that he sees, the more he's questioning what's going on with himself. So he removes the onyx gemstone that they found within the necromantic device, and he's just kind of palming it, rolling it between his fingers, and just inspecting it. And it just starts to give him some sort of feeling. He can feel the magic while he's holding on to it. He can feel the darkness inside it. But it doesn't scare him like he thinks that it should. He is holding it and contemplating it and just thinking about power and how he is getting more power. And he's not as scared as he once was of the fact that he's powerful. He's not quite hungry for more, but he's questioning how far he can go and how far he'll have to go to complete this mission. And as he sits there, his mind starts to hurt, and he gets that same murmuring within his head that he can't quite make out. And he just clasps at his temples to try to rid himself of this pain within his mind, but it doesn't go anywhere. And he sits and just struggles through this pain in his mind. And when it subsides, he puts the gemstone back away, and he goes out into the street, and he goes to do a little bit of shopping, as you do after a dark moment like that. Retail therapy, we call that in the real world.
That was such a good moment, though, Scott. I love what you're doing with Tulok. I'm so fucking excited to see it play out.
Oh, God, don't kill him. Don't kill him, Freeman. Don't
You
kill
wish,
him.
Freeman. You can't kill shit.
Oh my God, you did not just say that.
Well, I can't kill you, that's for
Please,
sure.
he's been trying for years to kill one of my characters.
I have now, yeah. What about Physic? What's he up to?
Physic will go shopping as well. He finds his bandolier disappointingly empty of flasks of shit. So he's going to go grab some potions, 2 minor healing potions and a lesser healing potion. I will also be leaving the bejeweled spyglass in my footlocker.
Oh, okay. Just going to put that at home. Not going to sell it?
No, I'm still going to see if it's going to be completely catastrophic to have it, and might give it back to Tangletop if he becomes a problem.
Okay. All right. Well, bit of shopping, bit of role play, bit of time spent. Get a sweet new rune. Do your daily preparations. Do all your little concoctions there, Physic. Get your spells back there, Tulok.
I did a couple of treat wounds on Gilda to bring her back up to max HP.
Okay, good. That's good. I trust you in that those were all legit. And is anyone else missing HP that needs some?
No, I should clarify that I did buy 2 lesser healing potions.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I did ask you what you bought and then glossed over after you finished your chat. Also, point of order, important point of order I was thinking of as you were saying all that, the Onyx Gemstone is not magical. It was a focus for magic on the contraption.
Got it.
In and of itself is not magical, but I didn't want to interrupt your badass scene. So
Could it theoretically replace his arcane focus?
I don't think he has an arcane focus. Everything's innate for him. He's a sorcerer.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I didn't know if he needed something to focus the wildness of his magic or anything like that.
No, well,
the wildness is more flavor than anything.
Right.
His misunderstanding of it. It's not a mechanically built-in thing.
Cool.
But oh, that flavor.
He's not a 5e wild mage sorcerer.
So if we have time, though, if it's still not nighttime yet, what time are we looking at, you think?
I mean, I haven't passed any time for your shopping, so you're going to do shopping, you're going to rest and all that. So at minimum, probably 9 hours from now, which would bring you around 8:30 at night.
Okay, well, I was thinking about research, but maybe if we're just at the beginning of night, we should just go back. We can research later.
You can definitely do some research in there, I would say, if you want to spend one more extra hour. But you don't have to sleep for 8 hours. That's sort of a misconception. But you have to spend some time doing preparations and doing stuff that so you can refocus whilst you do other things. For example, so like whenever Lady Gilda repairs her shield, she can refocus in that same 10 minutes because it's something she regularly does. So we can kind of like gloss over a little bit. If there's a 1 or 2 hour thing you want to include in that 8 hours or 9 hours, then we can totally do that.
We could also do the book list. Or is Gilda just wanting to go get shit done?
No. I think we should absolutely do the book list. I think that should be, part of what happens. My suggestion was to send Sage to Morlabin to ask about the books and Physic to Crooksnook to ask about the boat.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because Gilda doesn't know anything about that. My correction was going to be she cannot refocus and repair in the same 10 minutes. They have to be 2 separate 10 minutes because repair takes forethought, whereas refocus does not. Refocus is
is that mechanically written, or is that you limiting yourself again?
I cannot. It's one of those downtime, or it's an exploration mode activity that I can't imagine you can do the 2 at the same time. But
no, there are specific rulings in the system that say if you're doing something that you do regularly and at GM's discretion, you can refocus at the same time.
Oh.
So you're not having to sit there and pray for 10 full minutes separately from everything else. You're just focusing, you're refocusing. If you do something that you regularly do, it's part of your focus and it helps you bring your power back.
I didn't see that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
She would like to go to the Dawnflower Library and research will-o-wisps, specifically flicker wisps. While they're doing this stuff.
All right. Well, let's do Tulok first. Go into odd stories
again.
Yes.
So that's my suggestion. I don't want to play Tulok. I'm just suggesting courses of action that I think would be most advantageous for us to use up this 9 hours.
Yeah, and Tulok's totally cool with that because he already has a little bit of a relationship with Kevin, having discussed with him quite a bit when he did research there before.
Best friends.
And then Morblint, they met, when they talked. Morlabint, they met when they talked about the other wisp. So he's going to head there and talk about the books and maybe about the wisp too.
All right. Sure. Well, you enter into odd stories. It's a bit later at night, but they're still open. Couple of candles lit here and there, and Morlabint sees you right away. Ah, Sage Tulok. Pleasure to see you again. What brings you back here?
Hello. I've come with more unfortunate dark tidings. I need to ask you some questions about some books. We found a list of books.
Oh, how curious. Please, let me see.
He produces the list.
Can you remind me what's on it? You're the one who's got it, I think, somewhere.
James has it.
It is What the Worm Knows, Grave Feasts, Secretive Skulls.
Yes. Okay, so Morlabint looks at these titles with a sort of a stern look.
He says, "Oh, okay, curious." And the note here says, "Transcription to take months, but I'll try to have these books back to you as soon as possible, my love." Interesting. What the Worm Knows, Grave Feasts, Secrets of the Skull, all point to a very foreboding sort of theme. Would you not agree, Mr. Tulok?
I do, and I must let you know that this note belonged to a necromancer. We found it within his goods.
Indeed, that is most disturbing, if not overly surprising. What I can tell you, Mr. Tulok, is that I hold no such tomes in my repertoire. In fact, I would be quite sure that even Vandy Banderdash herself would not carry something of these means. We are both, of course, in the game of intellectual knowledge, but these have dark tidings attached to them indeed. I can't promise you I'm very familiar with them or their contents at all.
Perhaps you can help me with something else then. Have you heard of a flicker wisp?
Ah, you come at the right time. I was just searching more about will-o-wisps, in fact, given your previous encounter. Here, let me show you what I found.
And Morlevant shows you a new research topic, will-o-wisps.
Ayo.
And he reveals to you some basic information right out of the gate. Will-o-wisps, in particular, are quite evil. An adventurer upon the road, a wanderer seeking work, or refugee from a fleeing war. All these people might find themselves in unfamiliar lands at the edge of dusk, hungry and terribly tired. Surrounded by long shadows at the end of a long day, a traveler's mind settles on a few understandable desires: shelter, food, and a friendly face to ease their troubles. Then, when hope sinks to its lowest ebb, the traveler spies the lights of a village, a lantern of a caravan, or even just a lone candle burning in the farmhouse window. They follow the light, which leads them off their path, and it seems a bit further away than the weary traveler realized. So they move deeper into the wood or the swamp. The straight path to the light curves, its movement subtle and strange, but it's too late. Lost far from the road, the doomed traveler dies, for they wandered to this area where a will-o-wisp hunts, and where this night the will-o-wisp feeds. This is an excerpt that he shows you from a book. It's a bit flowery. And it goes on a little bit further. It says, parasites of fear. The spectral creatures known as a will-o-wisp aren't spiritual beings, but physical, albeit strange. When seen in full light, a rare occurrence for these shadow-hunting creatures, a will-o-wisp appears as a translucent, spongy, gelatinous sphere. Will-o-wisps lack any features except for those they choose to take upon themselves via their illumination and internal refraction. Most often, darkened patches to make their spherical forms resemble mocking or leering skulls, which already stands out to you from the corpse lights. They rise up to dance and feed as the sun first begins to fade, and they have full control over the ghostly light. They can cause it to burn brightly to be seen at a distance or snuff it out, granting them near total invisibility if they so choose. There are even accounts of multiple will-o-wisps around the world, where they appear and why and who is related to them. But none of them point directly towards the flicker wisp for the moment. Morlevin continues, I'm afraid I've not come across this particular version you speak of. I would be curious to find out more myself, but you are, as always, free to use my wares and my repertoire to find what you need. So again, you have this new research topic available to you about will-o-wisps, and like usual, you have various amounts of information you could acquire, and points and thresholds and that sort of thing, which are all basically unique. There is a bit of a different trend I've done with this one, in that when you reach a threshold, I will allow you to choose a topic in which to discern information with the will-o-wisps, but only when you reach the threshold.
Cool.
So you can now continue on with Belcora, researching the town of Atari. Their newest one, will-o-wisps, or the most recent one beyond that, was Nimbaloth.
So does that count as our 1 of 1 from Odd Stories about the will-o-wisps then?
It doesn't. That's a freebie. I did not calculate that information into the amount that's available.
Okay.
That's just free.
So he could theoretically do another check at Odd Stories on a will-o-wisp then.
Correct.
And
I will tell you that the first threshold is two points. So if you succeed this one, you're still not quite there. But
okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's just I'm looking at the checks in the journal there.
Cool. Yeah, right. So you're gonna go for that, Tulak?
Yup.
You do will-o-wisps?
Yup.
Cool. So you can do occultism or gather information. Probably chatting with Kevin again.
Or library lore.
Or library lore. Or academia lore if you have them. I know you don't.
No, I do not. All right, so I will just discuss. That is going to be diplomacy, correct?
Gather information is diplomacy, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to gather information here.
All right, go ahead and roll it open. Let's just make it easy here.
18.
Nice. Yeah, DC 15. That takes you a solid 2 hours, and you gain 1 research point towards will-o-wisps.
All right, and Tulok turns to the two gentlemen and says, thank you again so much, Kevin and Maury. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure, Mr. Tulak.
Oh, we got so much research to do, boys. We should. Oh, there's so much.
Gotta hit the books.
Yeah, I mean, Gilda's going to hit the Dawnflower Library and do one on Will-O-Wisps as well, so...
Okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's hit that up. What do you want to roll?
Gather information. 100%.
Okay.
That is a 19.
Yep, that'll do it.
Okay, so that's 1 of 2 at the Dawnflower and 1 of 1 at Odd Stories. That's all right.
Yeah, crushing it.
Yeah, and that puts you at your first threshold. You can choose a topic of genesis of Will-O-Wisps, ecology of Will-O-Wisps, society, or varieties and variants. If you go down the varieties and variants path, that's where I will allow you to specifically research specific Will-O-Wisps.
What do you think, Scott?
I'm cool with that. Duncan?
And in this case, with the Flicker Wisp, you've already acquired the bulk of the lore information. So going down that path, I will just give you another piece of stat block information.
Yeah, I'm cool with doing the variants and variety. Duncan?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so we go down variants and varieties, specifically about Flicker Wisps, and we'll take that extra piece of information.
Okay, what do you want to know?
I got nothing, so unless you guys got something, GM's discretion.
Yeah, GM's discretion is fine with me.
Okay. Yeah, what I'll give you is, so the Flicker Wisp, its whole thing is to confuse you. And it has abilities to cause the confused condition. And then if you are confused, it has an ability to reap the benefits. And one of the more important facts is that when you're confused, you tend to attack the nearest or a random target. But in a Flicker Wisp's case, it's never the target from that condition. So you can't even get lucky in taking it down further. You are going to target your allies, essentially, or another enemy. So its flickering tends to be a very close proximity deal that causes you to be confused.
Would I know? Okay, I don't know how to ask this in-game, so I'm just going to ask it metagaming. Would that be a will save ability or a fortitude save?
It would be a will save.
Okay, perfect. I am fine with that. That's good for me.
I love when you are Googling something about Pathfinder, but you forget to put Pathfinder. And I was like,
I am on so many fucking watch lists because of this game.
How to combat
You know
confusion.
what I started doing? I don't type Pathfinder anymore. I just go 2E.
Oh,
really
no.
quick on the keyboard, and actually does the trick most of the time.
Okay. I do PF2E for everything.
Yeah,
There
that's
you go.
my
Yeah,
addendum.
2E actually works most of the time.
The 2's so far away, though.
To the E?
Yeah. I mean, I live and breathe the number pad. Being a bookkeeper, that's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as a former call center
That's fair.
employee, I was also a number pad guy for a very long time. You got to get yourself on that number line, buddy.
Eh.
All right.
Let's see what Physic learns.
So Physic is going to go to Crook's Nook.
Is he now?
Oh, buddy, he is looking forward to it.
Okay.
No, he's absolutely not. He hates it there.
But he is familiar.
But he is familiar. So,
The Crook's Nook is located on the southernmost bridge in Otari that crosses the Osprey River. I think this is the first time we've properly come to it in this adventure, correct? Any town with a successful economy inevitably generates its own homegrown band of thieves and scoundrels, and Otari is, of course, no exception. Crook's Nook serves several purposes. It's a public bridge over the Osprey River, as I said, a tavern known for serving the best seafood in town, and a cheap place to stay for the night. Its attic serves as the guild hall for Otari's Thieves Guild, the Osprey Club, a function that is perhaps the town's worst kept secret. Even the name of the place is called Crook's Nook. And you know, Physic, that they of course do not target locals, and they are sort of accepted and, if not closely watched by the Otari Guard. You step in to the building, and it very much is, especially late at night, abuzz with some unsavory types. But no one really bats an eye when you walk in because they know who you are.
and he'd know where to find Yin Yasmira, or does he have to talk to like a security guard or something?
You probably have to hit up the bartender.
Okay, and he'll do so. Just take a seat at the bar with his legs dangling off the stool. Just kind of like, once he gets his attention, say, kind of under his
Oi,
breath.
Physic, it's good to see you. What brings you in here tonight? I haven't heard no tussles, at least not yet. Night's still young.
And he will give a very wry smile because doesn't like that kind of shit at all.
He's just like, yeah, is Yasmer upstairs?
Oh, she might be about the place. What's it about there, Physic?
We have some questions about some of the boys going up to the lighthouse, going up to the Gauntlight. This is some pretty serious business. I'd really appreciate it if you could let her know I need to talk to her.
Right, I'll see what's what. You just hang out a bit. Eat some bar nuts.
And he will
And
take a
he-
fistful of bar nuts.
And the fellow walks off, goes and talks to a security guard in the corner, who then walks out of the room as well. And before too long, comes back out, whispers to the bartender, and the bartender gives you the nod to head out back and up to the attic. Through the what do you? What's like a? Is there a name for the staircase that comes out of the ceiling? Is there a name for that?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah,
Never heard of one.
the stairling.
The trapdoor stairs.
That's the one. And you head on up, and it's just this tight little attic, few people in there, and Yen Yasmara is familiar to you to some degree anyway. You probably have not talked to her too often, but you know her face to see it. She says,
Physic, what brings you to the Crook's Nook? I hear you have some information on a couple of members.
Physic will walk up and say,
It's good to see you, ma'am. We found a boat up in the Gauntlet. It had stuff from the Osprey Club. I figured it might be one of your guys. We're up there dealing with some problems, and we could either use help or we don't want to step on your toes.
Yes, I heard that you were offering up some extra assistance to the town. It's surprising me a little bit, but also not. I know you're a bit squeamish is all, but you've always been the helping hand. I wonder if perhaps you had a hand in helping with the graveyard as well. Were you up there causing trouble?
I think we were fixing trouble, but to each their own.
Tomato, potato, of course. Now listen, you're not wrong. I had some of my friends, some of my employees, if you will, head up that way. And recently, there was a bit of rumor that a few things have been left behind by some foolish adventurers trying to find treasure that's not there. So we went up to recover their belongings. But turns out my fellows never came back. And I am starting to get a little bit worried, to be honest with you. If you have more information, I will reward you handsomely.
We found nothing but a boat and some meager belongings, but how many went, and how long have they been gone?
There was four of them, all the men. There was Gorul Vetters, Shad Nunder, Ziskili Pid, and of course one of my top men, Bad Leroy Brown.
Oh, that last one sounds scary.
You know Bad. You know he's Leroy Brown, but he's such a bad man. He's so good at being bad. We call him Bad.
Oh, his bad is so nice they named him twice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you catch my meaning. You're a clever little goblin, you are. I like you.
Do they know in what direction or where they were looking for these other people?
No, I mean, we just sent them up there. They took the boat up the river there to get to the Gauntlight a bit faster. But it's been the better part of a week at least now, or more. I don't keep too close a track on such ventures, but it is concerning at least at this point.
Okay, well, thank you for the information. I'll try to find something out.
Not at all. Now listen, Physic. These men are important to me, no matter how flippant I seem. You will be rewarded handsomely for the return, or at least what happened. Information, that is.
I'll warn you right now, it's dangerous up there, and they probably didn't meet a very kind fate. If there's anything you can spare to help us along the way, it will be worth it for the information later.
You are shrewd, as always. I'll tell you what, I give you an advance on your next helping with my beat-up friends. How's that sound?
Works for me. I mean, they're gonna get beat up sooner than later.
But your next help is free.
Next help is free.
All right, here you are. And she hands you a pouch of 50 gold.
All right.
This means a lot to me, Physic. I trust you.
I won't let you down, Ian Esmera.
Well, if you do, you'll be dead. All right, we'll see you another time. Grab a seafood pastry on the way out.
And he will do exactly that. Okay, so how long did that take? Like, would I have time to research after that, or is that kind of going to wind us all up at the same spot?
Oh, that took an hour at most. Not even.
Okay.
Like, you didn't wait very long. We'll say half hour.
In that case, let me just take a look at our list of shit to do for research here.
You got the 4 topics now.
So we've got 2 out of 8 for Will-O-Wisps, 1 out of 4 for Town of Otari, and 4 out of 24 for Belcora.
The 4 out of 24 was a threshold, just so you know.
Yep.
The Town of Otari has not reached a threshold yet, and the Will-O-Wisp just reached 1.
Yeah, so I'd like to do a Town of Otari. Let's just do it from Odd Stories.
Sure. What do you want to roll for that?
Otari lore.
Otari lore. Oh yeah, good call. You've got one of those.
Heck yeah, it seems pretty well suited to this here check.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like I'm meet to beat at a 15.
Oh yeah, it is. It is indeed. Very nice. All right, that puts you at 2 points for the Town of Otari, which is your first threshold.
Ooh.
Dope.
I spelled almost every one of those names fucking correctly.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally whiffed Zeliski Theed, but every other one I nailed.
Wicked smart.
It's Ziskilly feed.
Yeah, I thought it was a Ziskilly, so I spelled it very different.
All right, and in that first threshold, the following information is revealed to you. Upon the death of the final Rose Guard, the fortunes of the town of Otari began to dwindle. Within the span of a few years, its citizens drifted elsewhere. In the year 4294, Otari officially was abandoned for decades. Or, so was first thought. And in 4300 AR, kobolds moved into the abandoned town. A group called the Stone Scales, led by a kobold named Yarlape, who now occupied the town, and it wasn't long before they greedily schemed new ways to acquire treasure. They began luring ships at sea during bad weather and ambushing them for loot. But by 4310, a group of adventurers, backed by Maklani Menhimez, Esefna Menhimez's own granddaughter, one of the Rose Guard's own granddaughter, returned to Otari to clear the Stone Scales out.
Well, that makes things a little more clear because there was the kobolds in the haunt at Gauntlight.
Indeed. Fucking hero point.
Hey!
Hell yeah. Because they are more or less unrelated to the narrative and adventure at large. But that is exactly a part of that. They had occupied parts of Gauntlight and were using it as a part of their base. And something had gone horribly wrong, essentially, while they were there.
The one other thing that makes me think of is the collapsed tavern.
The ruins of the Thirsty Alpaca.
Yeah. Just wondering, like if the kobolds dug down or something.
Right. I mean, that happened quite recently.
Yeah, but I mean, like...
Yeah, you were probably in town for that.
I just mean, like, there maybe was something underneath there which caused it later to...
Right.
Built on top of, you know what I mean?
The kobolds delved too deep.
There's a sign out front. This is beyond the scope of this adventure.
Just an invisible wall if you try to go up and try to investigate it.
I'm quite sure the three of you have an idea unrelated to this adventure as to what might have happened there.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I got an idea, yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. So as the sun's setting, we all meet on the bridge out of town and pool our information, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then head back to Ruins and Wisps.
It's going to be close to 9 o'clock at night as you head out. You're going to head back to the Fog Fen at night for the first time. That's the plan?
Oh, right. We've always gone in the day because we're cowards.
We went one other night.
Did you?
Yeah, when we
did,
inspected,
yeah.
then we
We
just
just
camped
slept
on
on
the
the-
Yeah. It was the first night.
You just waited outside.
It was Raphael's first night, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, you make your way back to the Gauntlight ruins. And as you do, you exchange some information along the way. There's a bit of a moment of silence as you guys get closer and closer. And we're going to take this opportunity to read a little scene. About the day before, you have a scene of lapping waves, salty air that make for a welcoming fresh start to the day. Especially after the events of the day prior. A woman lounges on the veranda of the cozy Rod and Bow Club just outside of town. Dressed in comfortable civilian garb, she gazes at the wide open sea with a twinkle of wonderment in her eyes. The bangs of her red hair lightly sweeping in the breeze as it crosses the sandy threshold. She pulls her eyes away from the striking view and lifts a quill to a piece of parchment on a tray across her lap. She begins to write.
To General Liu of Augustana, care of the Andoran Army, Outpost 6 in the Asphodel Mountains. Father, I must apologize for how long it's been since my last correspondence. Things on Kortos have been quite the adventure so far. My first time in Absalom was, as you suggested, fruitless. I spoke to many healers, and it seems that due to the nature of the injury and how long it's been since its affliction, it might just be permanent. I was able to find a nice young man who fashioned me a support from leather and buckles. It looks like a dramatic belt, but it keeps everything tight enough that I'm able to move about without crutches and relatively unhindered, which, as you can imagine, I find to be a great relief. I have since moved on from Absalom and come to a quaint little fishing village town on the trade route. It's called Otari. It's rather nice here. We had a little retreat, and I've spent more than a few nights just getting in some rest in a safe, but remote place. It reminds me a touch of Asphodel, but much, much flatter. There's a whole lot more water here. I know it's an island, but it really is hard to understate how much water I've seen in the past few months, which, based on your travels, I'm sure is no surprise to you. While I was here, I actually went and looked up Carmen Rajani. You always said he made the finest plate in the inner sea, so I had him make me this absolutely gorgeous tower shield. I cannot wait for you to see it. Since I'm feeling stronger, I've been practicing lately and was getting ready to return to you and take my place with the Golden Legion after stopping to see you in Ma, of course. But things in Otari took a bit of a turn. A strange blue light came out of the sky and began to raise the dead in the graveyard last night. As duty or divine sight would have it, I happened to be nearby and I think I managed to provide some aid in the fight. It is with a heavy heart that I'm posting this to you, mostly to say that I won't be back for a bit longer yet. I've got to go investigate. I cannot let harm come to these people through my inaction. I love you, and I've enclosed a letter to Ma if you could see she gets it. I'll write as soon as I know more. There might be something the army or the Eagle Knights could help in, but hopefully it doesn't threaten the common rule. Peace find you, Gilda.
Setting down the quill, she folds the parchment and carefully places it into an envelope. She then calls out,
Ollie!
and a tiny multicolored winged serpent comes flying out of a nearby window with tremendous gusto. Lightly bumping into a shutter and causing a light racket, a scolding voice can be heard coming from inside, but the words are lost as the absent-minded scallywing makes a twirling show of its arrival. Look how pretty I am!
Yes, Ollie, you're very pretty. Now, would you kindly see this letter makes its way to Aloria over at Gauntlight Deliveries?
Of course! Ollie snatches up the letter and twirls around again.
And let the road guard know I'm ready to return to town. I'm due at Blades for Glades.
The creature, already fluttering away, calls back, You got it, Lady Killer! And she takes one more moment to soak in the sea. And that's what we're going to call it. Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.